So that I'm a huge fan of Zaharoff Signature Homme, you guys already know. I have a video back in 2018 that I specifically talked about this fragrance as one of the best releases of that year. And I actually talked about these two fragrances as well for you guys, Noir and Royale. If you guys missed these videos, I'm gonna pop them up here so you guys can check them out. But today I'm very excited to share with you hashtag Zed Creators, the Siren, Brass and Soul, Business Over Pleasure from TLTG, Joe Copeland, Stay Fresh Production, of course, Curly Scents. They're new releases, plus a bonus for you guys. Just got this stuff here. I wanted to make sure it was the right thing, and it was. So I haven't yet opened these fragrances because I wanted to share them with you on camera, let you know my full thoughts on these fragrances if they're worth your time, guys. If you guys want to check this video out, stay tuned. It's up next. Welcome to another video. I'm Max Forti. If you guys like to make a great first impression, if you like to smell great, you know this is a great place to be. Today we're talking about Zaharoff. Before I get into the Zed Creator fragrances, you know, the three fragrances I prefaced for you guys before the video started, I'm actually going to talk to you guys a bonus thing here, which is Signature Rosé, which is a take on the original Signature with a more rose infusion backbone. So hence the fact Signature Rosé. Here's the bottle. I've actually tried this fragrance before, so it's not a first impression. All I can say is for those that love rose-based scents, this stuff here is as good as it gets. Love the bottle. You know, the structure of the bottle from Zaharoff is one of the best in the game. Beautiful metal cap, quality stuff, very strong juice. I did, like I said, smell this and wore this fragrance before. It is just incredible. You get a little bit of the original in the back, but up front and center is going to be a melange of florals, but more specifically the rose. It's a melange of different roses. I think there's Rose de May, there's Bulgarian rose. It's a little bit gemmy rose, sweet, floral, very aromatic, and definitely gender-free. I think a guy or a gal could pull this off beautifully, but I would have to say it leans a little more on the feminine side of things, and of course you need to have a taste for floral fragrances. Just wanted to give you guys a quick, insight on Zaharoff Signature Rose. It is a great scent. If you guys have not heard of this fragrance, because I know I haven't heard of it, so I was glad to get it and share it and of course experience it, because it's one of the fragrances from the line which I'm very fond of. So this is a great one. If you have a hankering for, rose-based scents, definitely consider checking this one out. Now, center stage here to the Zed Creators, the three fragrances here that I was very, curious to try. Jay Copeland, Curly Scents, TLTG, all were a part of Scent Explore 2019. Great people. I know them in person. Fantastic. Zaharoff goes without saying. He is a pillar of the fragrance community, of the modern times of the fragrance community. I love what he does, bringing people together, uniting. That's what it's all about. So really excited about these three fragrances. I know these guys have good tastes. So we're gonna, unbox them here on camera, and I'm gonna give you guys my take on them. We're gonna start with the first one here, which I believe is TLTG's. We're starting off with the first one here, Business Over Pleasure, which is the creation of Zaharoff, of course, with Ross Carlos from TLTG Reviews. Have a little, what's to be a take on a card game. But anyway, we're talking about this fragrance here, Business Over Pleasure. I have no idea what these smell like. It's literally my first time. Love the presentation here, really cool. The bottle itself, again, it's gonna follow suit. I like to joke with George when I talk to him off camera that he's creating a rainbow of fragrances which will have different colors, different nuances. It'll be like a spectrum of all different genres, and I think he's doing that very well so far. So I'm thinking, when I look at this bottle here, it's bluish. I'm thinking aquatic, I'm thinking citrus aromatic, and knowing, Ross's taste from TLTG, I think this is gonna be a very nice aromatic citrus kind of a scent. So, sprays are great here. This time around, I'm not gonna actually use test strips. I'm gonna actually spray on skin. I wanna give, a fresh mist here into the air just so I can have an idea. I'm gonna spray Ross's here on my left hand. This is very, very nice, guys. So this particular fragrance here, we're gonna look at the notes in a second, but what I'm getting right off the bat is a fresher, citrus aquatic take on the original. There's a lot of elements that I'm getting from the original in this one, like the lavender, for example, the green facets. It is very, very close to the original, but it's more of a modern take. Like the original Zaharoff, for a lot of people, it's more of an aged, more mature scent. Yes, it's a, aromatic fougere. This one here has components of an aromatic fougere, but then it gives you these really nice, sweet, aquatic, modern twists to the fragrance. Let's look at the notes for TLTG Business Over Pleasure. We're talking, up top, we have Sichuan pepper, bergamot, and coriander. It is very sparkly, it's very fizzy. Definitely the bergamot is popping. It is a little bit spicy, but not overly spicy at all. Then we have lemon verbena, lily of the valley, cashmere wood, Florentine iris, and ginger. Again, the spiciness and the fizziness is definitely here. I'm not getting too much iris, but I'm thinking that as the fragrance dries down, the iris will pop. And at the base, we have guaiac wood, Palo Santo, which is a great woody, fragrance note, tonka, musk, patchouli, and amber. Very well constructed, guys. This is quality. I think these are limited quantities, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know exactly how many bottles are there, but these are 60 ml, and they are limited in quantity. 2-ounce bottles, just like you see here. Really good stuff. Love the quality. The scent is nice. This is something that I would definitely rock periodically and keep it in my rotation. Good stuff, guys. Let's go into the next one here. From a first impression standpoint, rating on this is going to be 8 out of 10. This is the kind of stuff I like because it has that aromatic fougere, citrus aromatic vibe, which you guys know I love. Next up here, luck of the draw. Let's see what I picked up. Okay, Brass and Soul is the next one. I'm going to leave Curly Scents for last. So we're going with Stay Fresh Production, J. Copeland. Love this guy. Cool, calm, and collected. As cool as a cucumber, as they say. Love him on camera. The camera loves this guy. Very nice, soft-spoken, very talented player. You know, as we all know, he graced us with Scent Explorer with his presentation, the music, numbers. I'm thinking, if I know this guy, and I think I do, this is going to be more of a woody, spicy type of a scent. I love the box here. So the plate, the front plate here emulates the box of an instrument. If you guys play the guitar, if you play any saxophone or anything like that, you know that the material, the leatherette that you have on the case of those instruments is what they look like, what they feel like, and that's what's represented here, along with the brass appointments. This particular one, Brass and Soul. Again, the same quality, the same style, with the Brass and Soul here at the top, and SFP, which stands for Stay Fresh Production. So sprays are great. Spray my right hand on this one. TLTG left, Brass and Soul on my right. Okay, this is going to be definitely a little bit boozy, definitely spicy, but also with an element of sparkliness, with an element of very aromatic, very inviting, and almost soapy vibe that I'm getting here. If you're familiar with Polo Sport from Ralph Lauren, which I love, which has that sparkly, soapy, very fruity lavender, that's what I'm getting here, guys. So if you like Polo Sport, the blue bottle that I spoke to you guys about in a couple of videos ago that I talked about my favorite signature scents of all time, I'm getting the same vibe right here from the first impression. So this is a 9 out of 10 because I do love that scent. Let's look at the notes, guys. So we're talking citruses, we're talking bouquet aromatic. That means a whole bunch of florals, mandarin orange, watery notes, in the heart, spicy notes, jasmine, gin. Here's your boozy factor. Lily of the Valley, geranium, lavandin, which is lavender, so of course that lavender that I talked about, cypress, which adds this nice green and creaminess to the scent. In the base, we have smoky notes, patchouli, suede leather, moss, ambery notes, cedarwood, vanilla. I'm not really getting much of the vanilla. I'm not really getting much of a gourmand facet at all. I am getting, however, that gin and tonic vibe, which is fizzy and sparkly, and I'm also getting that fruity vanilla that I'm also getting that fruity lavender that I'm talking about, which is very reminiscent of Polo Sport from '94. So definitely a modern take on the fougere, along with the lavender, the gin and tonic vibe, the booziness, and of course, a little bit of a spiciness. The ginger here is very, very prominent. It really pops the composition. And I particularly like the cypress note in here, which is very green and creamy as well. Really nice. I like this a little bit more over TLTGs, but both are great, guys. Really inspiring stuff right here. Like I said, 8 out of 10 here, 9 out of 10 here. Now, I'm very curious to check out Andrea's composition because I know she loves Fahrenheit from Dior. It's one of her all-time favorite fragrances. I know she wears masculine scents, so I'm expecting this is gonna be a bomb. And I love the art in front of the actual box, which is pretty much her as a mermaid with her boyfriend here at the bottom, the Siren, as you guys know. this mythological kind of thing, the story of the mermaid's sound, which brings forth the sailors and captures them. So I'm thinking this is gonna be a powerhouse type of a fragrance that's gonna capture us fragrance lovers. So let's see if I'm right. Again, the bottle is the same as the other ones, which is gonna be the same beautiful shape as you get with Zaharoff Fragrances. And the difference here between hers is TLTG is gonna be obviously blue, Justin Copeland is gonna be more of a brass kind of a color, and hers is gonna be more of a gold with an ambery juice. So let's take it for a test drive. Great sprayers. With this one, I'm gonna spray the crevice of my left arm. Guys, let me tell you, this is good stuff. Right from the get-go here, this is quality, guys. When I'm thinking, the first thing that comes to mind when I'm smelling this, I'm thinking Zaharoff. I'm thinking extremely niche quality. You know, these are good quality, of course, but these are fragrances that are more wearable, if you will. This one here has a component, an element that's more daring. It's definitely darker. There's an earthy, nutty patchouli in here. There's definitely an oud scent that I'm getting, an oud aroma and effect that I'm getting here. That's definitely very ambery, very spicy, very dark, very mysterious is the right word right here. So this is good stuff. Let's look at the notes. Siren is composed by ginger, coriander, cardamom, and almond. Okay, that's the nutty aspect that I talked about. And just so you guys know, I never looked at the notes. It's my first time trying and looking at the notes. The heart, we have coffee, leather, white moss, dark chocolate accord. Okay, I'm not really getting a gourmand heavy, but I can see the dark chocolate here, more of a dry dark chocolate, not so much of a, you know, mocha or like a macchiato. It's more of a dry chocolate. Patchouli, there's your patchouli that I talked about. And then we have cognac accord and vetiver bourbon. So I'm sold, guys. This is my favorite, hands down. I'm glad I got all three though, because I think these have a great place on your wardrobe and your rotation. These are not redundant. They're definitely their own thing. You know, TLTG I think is great for spring and summer, you know, the weather that we have right now. Day wear, office, just like the name implies here, business over pleasure. That's perfect for those occasions and settings. Brass and soul, more for like a playful attitude if you're going out at night, if you're going to a club, if you're going on a date, romantic settings. More of an evening dressier type of a scent, definitely go with this one. Not that you can't wear this if you're somewhere tropical and warm. This would work for dressier too, but I think this one has more of a darker, boozy element that just takes it up a notch. And of course, Andrea's here is, to me, the crown jewel of the collection. This is, to me, a 9.5 out of 10. Of course, I have to wear this stuff to really feel it on skin and see what kind of performance I'm getting. But all these are kind of concentrated. I'm getting really strong push here. This whole room is taken by this whole collection. And I'm telling you guys, if you want something dark, mysterious, and as the name implies, Siren, that's gonna grab people, definitely check this one out. I love the ambery. I know Oriental is a word that's not really proper to use these days, but this is like as good as it gets, guys. Good stuff. Kudos to George. Kudos to these guys for putting this together. I know it was really hard work to work on this collection. I've seen these guys up and down going to Chicago doing lives. So if you're a fan of Zaharoff, guys, get these fragrances because I know they are limited in quantity, and once they're gone, they're gone. Love what George is doing here since he came back, because I know he was in the fashion world way back in the 90s, left for a while, came back in 2018 or 19 with this fragrance, which is, to me, mind-blowing. And then so far, he's been very deep into the fragrance community and really making a difference. Like I said before in the beginning, he is a pillar of this fragrance community and somebody that's always been supportive and bringing people together, which is what the community, what the name, what the community should be all about. So guys, that's all I have for you today on Zaharoff, the hashtag Zed Creators. Let me know if you have tried these fragrances, if you have heard of them, which one sounds most appealing or interesting to you just from what I said here in the first impressions video. And of course, leave me your support, show me your support, give me a like, subscribe for more, hit the little bell icon so you get these videos straight into your feed. As always, guys, remember fragrance is emotion, so be sure to choose your fragrances wisely. And of course, wear them well. See you guys here again with another video very soon. Take care.